Hello and welcome to the Flipping and Wholesaling Houses in New York show. I am Michael Pinter, where I teach you how to start flipping and wholesaling houses in New York, or if you're already doing it, how to grow your business. Now, got a question about publishing your LLC, because I do a lot of videos lately on starting an LLC, how to open an LLC. It's really easy. I did a video on how to do it with New York State. It's really simple. It takes about less than 5 minutes, costs $200. You should never use an attorney to do it. It's brainless right now. I've spent thousands of dollars on attorneys creating LLCs, and I don't know, at the time, I don't know if it was really available to be done online, but you can look at my video on how to create an LLC. Question today is, do you publish LLC as is required? And it's complicated. It's complicated. That's the truth. Because I've asked several litigators that I trust about it, and I've gotten different answers about what the issue is. Here's the issue. You create an LLC it's called a limited liability company to limit your liability. The idea is that if something happens at the house, or there's some kind of problem with the house, and you get sued and a huge judgment gets assessed against the house, that it's only good if the property is owned in an LLC. It can't come to you in your personal assets. So the question is, if you don't publish, can that pierce that corporate veil, and can they come after you personally? So it's funny. So the first attorney I asked told me you can. And it can. Like, you must publish. If you think there's going to be legal problems, any kind of litigation, you should publish. And then I spoke to other litigators who told me it's not necessarily true. That if you don't publish, it's even harder to pierce the corporate veil because the entity sort of doesn't legally exist and they can't get through. So I trusted the second one for a while, and I don't publish most of my LLCs. If litigation starts, I usually do publish then right away. Now, does that help me? I don't know. What the first attorney told me is that the day you publish, then nothing can happen after. So if I'm even suspecting that it's going to be litigation, I do publish. Publishing costs about $300. There are a million places to publish. Every time you file an LLC, you're going to get a dozen pieces of mail saying, please publish with us in this publication. And we file a thing, and then you get a receipt, and it's published and all that, blah, blah, blah. So I've had a couple situations where I thought there might be litigation coming. None of them ever turned into litigation. But I publish then. Maybe it's a stupid plan. Maybe it's not best practices. But when I'm opening 40 LLCs, right? I got to pay $300. It's 40 times 300, $12,000. Maybe I'm just being cheap and not doing it. It's probably best practice. Now, if you're gonna have one overarching LLC, probably should publish. But what I'm talking about is specific LLCs for a property that you're buying. If that is the case, I don't know if you have to publish. And if you ask 12 different attorneys, you might get 12 different answers. So if you have a litigator you trust who really knows this stuff, you can ask him and see what he says. I'm guessing most attorneys will tell you should publish. I spoke to litigators who I trust, who I've used on litigation, really good, who told me don't publish. It doesn't make a difference. In fact, it'll help you because it actually is something he can argue in court to prevent them piercing the corporate veil, as they say. I don't know what the right answer is, to be honest with you. As I say, I usually don't, but if something gets hairy, I will. So I don't know if that's the best solution, right? Because in theory, if I should always be prepared for something getting hairy, right? So that is the story. I don't usually publish, but if you're creating an LLC to run your business out of, then I would publish it to make it legit. If it's an entity that's going to be around a long time. If it's a short-term entity, like the entities that I buy my properties in, most of them are relatively short entities, right? I buy a house, I'm out of it in 9 months. I'll rehab it and get rid of it in 9 months. Maybe if it's a rental, it's a longer one, but I would say that the best practice is talk to your attorney, right? First of all, it's different in every state. Second of all, every attorney is going to talk about their experience. I got two completely opposing answers from two different attorneys. The second attorney I trust more, who told me that I don't have to publish, or told me not to publish if there was an issue. He's the guy that actually, I had a litigation situation where I put a $100,000 deposit on a property. There was a title issue. I had an as-is contract, but the way it was worded, he told me, I think we have something here. The seller would not give me my $100,000 deposit back. Seller sold the property during litigation, was positive that he was going to get the whole 100. We actually offered him $50,000, give us back 50. He said no. went to summary judgment against us, and we won the entire $100,000. This litigator is good, and he told me you don't have to publish. But I am not an attorney, so don't accept legal advice from me. I'm not telling you what to do, what not to do. Legally, the law is you're supposed to publish. So take it that as it may. If you're going to open one LLC, just publish it, right? If you're opening dozens of LLCs, then talk to an attorney about whether you need to. But I don't think there's a perfect answer for this. So I hope this was helpful. If you're interested in all the ways I can help you, go to howtoflipnewyork.com. If you're interested in finding out more about one-on-one coaching, go to coaching.howtoflipnewyork.com. And if you are watching on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching on any media channel, please hit the thumbs up. The likes really help my SEO. A lot more people are watching my videos, so I thank everyone who's been watching. Please, please, please click the thumbs up, the likes. People ask me why do I gotta click like? It helps the algorithm. YouTube and Facebook, wherever you're watching, they know that if you like something, that you want to see more of the content, and they show my content to more people, and that's a big deal. So it's part of the algorithm, how many likes, how many interactions. So please keep the comments coming. That's the next thing I was going to get to. I post 5 times a week, and I don't always know what to say. I really, really run out of things to say. So the comments help me a tremendous amount, give me ideas for things that you want to hear. So if it's something simple, I try to get the comments within a day or two. If it's something simple, then I will then I will respond with an answer, right? Just an answer. How does this work? I'll explain it. If it's something I've covered before, I might send you a link to a video or multiple videos. I've been sending people links to 3 or 4 videos on a couple of topics that I've done in depth. And if it's something new or something I haven't covered in a while, and I'll send you a brand new video on it. So I thank everyone who's watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Keep the comments coming, and give me any topics that you want me to cover, and I'm happy to answer them. Thank you again.